everyone. My name is Matt. I'm from Palo Alto. I went to Palo Alto High School with Marty, graduated in 2007, and then went on to Brown. Also, I'm only half Asian, so you only have to listen to half of what I'm saying. The first thing I wanted to say, Jeffrey, I think he really said it more eloquently than I, but it's this idea of really getting to know yourself and figuring out what you enjoy doing. I think, a lot of the times we run around doing all these things we think we should be doing because, colleges will like them or our parents will like them or whatever. But I would spend some time really getting to know yourself and understanding how you like to spend your time, what you're passionate about, the impact that you want to have in the world, the difference that you want to make. And when you, identify those one or two things that really excite you, it will feel natural for you to want to spend more time doing those things. But for me, one of the things that I've really gotten to love doing is working on this nonprofit that I started in college called the School Fund. And my mom at first was a little worried. It's like, oh, I don't know, nonprofit, is he going to go, have this job and it's not going to make any money? But I decided to go for it, and it's really been an incredible experience. It's called the School Fund. We raise money for kids in developing countries to help pay for their education. I've gotten to go up on stage with Bill Clinton. I've gotten to work with some really incredible people, and because I really enjoy doing it, it's felt natural and it's felt fun, and I've learned a great deal along the way. So I'd recommend that all of you really, spend some time thinking about what makes you tick, and think about the impact that you want to have, and then when you start spending time on those things, it'll really get natural. The other thing I wanted to touch on was pressure. I think in this really high-speed place that we all live, there's a lot of pressure that gets put on us by ourselves, by our parents, by our teachers. It's true. If you go to a really good college, you'll probably get a good job, you'll meet some smart people, and so on. But I think we tend to really paint a pretty black and white picture, and I don't think that's helpful. Like Larry Page, for example, he's doing pretty well for himself. He went to University of Michigan, right? It's not Harvard, it wasn't Stanford. He went there for undergrad. And I think so long as you are really driven and passionate and know that thing that you love doing, regardless of what school you go to, you'll get the training and the skills you need to succeed later in life. And my point is simply that it's not Harvard and Stanford or bum in the street. There's a lot of space in between, and I think we all have to recognize that. I guess the last thing I'll say on Asian parenting, I think. I think Asian parents are awesome. My mom's standing over there. You have to watch what I say. But the reality is that I don't think any other parent takes parenting quite as seriously as an Asian parent. And I think all of us young people have to recognize that and appreciate that. Our parents love us a great deal. They've made incredible sacrifices for us. I know that my mom came from Taiwan. She learned English. She supported herself. And I think we have to appreciate that our parents have really worked hard to put us in the positions that we're in today. And so be patient with them. Remember that when they're frustrating you or when they're putting too much pressure on you or whatever. It's out of this desire to see you succeed. And at the same time, I'll say to parents that you grew up in a different time than us. And I think your vision of success, your idea of success, and your idea of what your kids should go on and do might be different than what they think. And that's okay. If they're getting into drugs and they're prostitution, then yes, please jump in and correct course. But I think there's a lot of things that your kids are going to try and are going to explore that might not match your vision of exactly what you had in mind for them. But that's okay, let them explore, because we're growing up in a different time, we're growing up in a different culture, and will turn out all right. I'll leave it at that.